Check on these pigs. See, got some extra hay. We covered it with plastic. And they do pretty good in the cold. They've got a, you can see he's got himself a deep hole in this hay so he can stay warm. Is that right, Remy? Well, Remington's, these hogs have all that back fat, kind of helps them out. Don't bother them too much. Well, see if we can get them some fresh water because everything's froze. These are the two feeders here. Let's check out their bedding. They still got some pretty good bedding in there. And these two girls over here, they're both bred. I think they're gonna have their piglets before long. And that's gonna present a problem for me because I had to put some hay in here so they had some bedding. That bedding is gonna be too deep for piglets. So I'll have to get up here and clean this out a little bit to where they can get around on it. You see, I'm gonna have to get in that back part back there. It's pretty clean. Install her heat lamp. We'll block off this area here, and right here where the camera is, I've got a door back there that needs to be secured a little better. The bottom part's fine, but basically what happens is I've got an access hole when she's in here having them to where I can get to the piglets. But you can see some of this is going to have to be unfortunately removed, and I'll block this door down to where it's a smaller opening for her to get in and out. But she don't have much time, and she's going to have her piglets. Just unfortunate for me that it decided to snow, so that'll be something that we have to deal with. One thing about pigs is they do better in cold than they do in heat. So as far as the grown pigs, that's not a problem. The problem is the piglets. The piglets need to stay warm, so it's up to me to make sure that they can stay warm. So I'm gonna see if we can get all of them fed. We're gonna have piglets right here in the middle of winter. Now, I had been breeding them to where they were having their piglets in the spring, but it gets so hot here, people were having trouble raising their pigs in this heat. They didn't like it. So I've got people wanting pigs. I think pretty much any piglet that we have right now is gonna be sold. I had people coming from a long way to get them. I just gotta make sure that they can stay warm and that they don't freeze. So that's kind of my responsibility, and then we'll have enough money out of these pigs to pay for my overhead where I have free pork. So that's kind of the way we operate. As this stuff melts, it's going to create an absolute mess in these pens. We're going to have inches of mud that I've got to deal with. So it is what it is. Most important thing is giving them a place where they can get dry. So you have their house, hay, wood chips, stuff like that, and then they'll be nice, happy pigs. This cold doesn't bother them too bad because of the back fat. They have the ability to stay warm. Where Pepper has a fur coat, they have a big layer of back fat. So I appreciate y'all. No, I haven't made very many videos. It gets to a point where you're not sure what to talk about. You get busy, really don't know what to say. Like what other information can I give, you know, on the pigs? I'm sure there's always something, but dealing with them every day, I take it for granted. So if there's something you want to know about pigs, just let me know. I get emails sometimes, people asking me different things, that their pigs are sick or won't eat, different things like that, and I do my best to try to help out from a distance. But if y'all got some questions, you know, we're here to learn from each other. If I've got anything that I can share, I'll definitely do it. If you've got questions about pigs and you need a good source, then Chris, Homesteading the Hard Way, has got a lot of pig videos, and he does a really good job of explaining things. He's pretty creative on coming up with videos. I've got to do a better job myself, get them a little bit of something to eat, and then get back in there and warm back up. So they got their feed. She got 3. She got 3. They got 6. And Remington got 1.5 pounds or 2. Everybody's got some food now. So they'll eat, get a little satisfied, and then they'll go lay down. Stay warm today. I don't know, YouTube tells you you're gonna make $1,000 a pig, and maybe in some markets. Here in Arkansas, it's pretty rural. A lot of people have their own farm animals and stuff, so we're not gonna make no $1,000 a pig here. But I am able to pay for my feed and some of the other stuff I do. There are sometimes, depending on the litter size and what the market's calling for at the time, maybe I'm $100 or so short of what I need, but $100 for a whole pig or 2, because I figure it in on what it costs to feed everything here, not just the feeder pigs, what my total operating costs are, and I want them to pay for that. Sometimes I don't quite make it. Depends on what all we've got to buy and stuff, but most of the time we're sitting pretty good, and we've got a freezer full of pork. Like I said, wintertime, really it's just if you got small pigs that you got to worry about it. Summertime's really, really hard on pigs. They can't stay cool, but out here you can see they're all happy. It doesn't really bother them too bad. They get cold, they go in and lay down. You don't want them to stay wet or they will get pneumonia. So you got to have a dry place for them. That's the number one thing. They got to have somewhere dry. So as long as they've got a dry house and maybe just a little section in their pen, they'll be fine. Even during the winter, a little bit of water don't bother them as long as they can go in and get dry and warm up. So it's kind of like you going to play in the snow. A little bit of the cold doesn't bother you too bad as long as you got a place to warm up. Anyway, that's what we got going on here. Appreciate y'all watching.